We're gonna dissect everything about the fashion industry.
Pushed me. It pushed the boundaries. There's no limitations. So I really believe that we could do it. We could make it happen from the get-go. And I went alone. I just went alone. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I just started knocking on doors and fetching for opportunities in countries where I know no one. I didn't know no one. It was remote areas. Didn't even know if the market was, open.
Can you tell me about a time where you made a huge mistake in the business and how did you solve it?
Look, I make a lot of mistakes every day, to be honest. There's not one huge mistake I can think of.
Like a costly one.
A costly one? I make a lot of costly mistakes.
You told me you wanted to help the Lebanese youth, specifically entrepreneurs. How are you going to do that? Hi guys, welcome to the KelshiPodcast, where we talk about everything but mostly business and content creation. Today I have a remarkable guest, Michel Gédéon, CEO of Gédéon Group, a fashion business empire that has been going on for 70 years, but in the past 10 years grew tremendously. He's going to tell us about his beginnings and his mission and vision. This episode is split into 4 sections. The first section is getting to know Michel, the man behind the empire. Part 2 would be the beginnings of Gedeon Group. Third part would be the legacy and the purpose and the mission that Gedeon Group is currently working on. And finally, we're gonna dissect everything about the fashion industry so that fashion lovers know where to start, how to start, and where to look. So
Thank you so much, Paulo, for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So, you started the business 10 years ago. It was live for 70 years. Can you tell me a bit of before you started, how the business was, and by the time you came in, what you changed with it?
Sure. So basically, it's a family business. We represent the 3rd generation, myself, my brother, and my sister. It didn't start quite like that. Actually, I graduated from university. I was in Paris at the American University of Paris. I graduated with a major in entrepreneurship. And I already knew what I wanted to do with my life. I knew that I was born in this business. I was born in the fashion business. So I knew that I had some attributes to make it happen the way we were fortunate enough to make it happen in the last 10 years. So when I joined the business, it was a simple agency model with just luxury brands. So we were just working with luxury brands as agents. And I saw that there's a lot more that we can do. And I saw that the fashion market is shifting. It's shifting towards more comfortable lifestyle, apparel, sports, as you know. So I said to myself, you know what? I have to target these brands, the brands that everybody wants, everybody's going for. And also I saw that there's some deficiencies in the business model. As an agent, you're the link between the brands and the clients. So you're pretty much irrelevant at the end. So I wanted to shift this business model. So we created and invented a new business model where we merge retail, distribution, and agency together. And we were able to reciprocate that with several brands. And so this is how we shifted from a simple agency model to today, one of the leading distributors in the fashion world.
So when you said agency, was it sort of, I don't see like the difference in service. I didn't understand the difference in service.
So basically, as an agent, you introduce the brand to big clients, and then they have a contract together.
Okay.
So doing that after several years, neither the brand nor the client wants you there, because they're dealing directly with one another. Also, your discount, because the risk is minimal, so your discount is minimal as well. So you have to sell volumes in order to generate high profits. So basically, we shifted all that. We took more risks. We went to emerging markets. Also, we were located in saturated markets. We were only in the Middle East, and the Middle East was pretty much saturated back then. So I looked at the world map, believe it or not, and I saw where there are emerging markets. And I went in there. I was just 22 years old.
Africa.
Yeah. First off, it was Africa, but then we developed pretty much everywhere. Today, we represent the most markets worldwide as a distributor. So we cover the most markets, I would say, with more than 50 brands today. So
How do you do that, as a Lebanese entity in the midst of all the chaos?
I believe that it's just the fact that we're Lebanese. First of all, our DNA, everything we went through, especially our generation, it pushed me. We pushed the boundaries. There's no limitations. So we lived through ups and downs. We saw a lot going on in the country and also in the world right now. So I really believe that we could do it. We could make it happen from the get-go. And I went alone. I just went alone. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I just started knocking on doors and fetching for opportunities in countries where I know no one. I didn't know no one. It was remote areas. Didn't even know if the market was, open for such.
And it was
retail.
a big deal, right? You're bringing
So
bunch of containers, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
so basically, what we were doing is, so I went to the big brands. I looked at the top brands of the moment back then, which are still very relevant today. Some of them are like Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, etc. So I went to Amsterdam as a 22-year-old with the background. Obviously, my father built a lot in the fashion business, so we had the reputation. So I went with this background, representing Gedeon and Co. at the time. It wasn't Gedeon Group. Gedeon Group was created 5 years later by myself, and then my brother and my sister joined. And with the different business model I'm talking about, and the emerging markets as well. So I went to these brands, and they believed in me. I believed in myself so much back then, and I still do now. And the brands believed in me, and they wanted to give me a chance, and they didn't have any other option. Nobody was interested in representing them in these markets. So I just went. I took my chance, and it paid
Why
off.
do you think they believed in you?
Because I believe in myself a lot. I knew I was going to make it from day one. Not to be pretentious, it's not at all about that. It's just confidence. Just confidence.
It can move mountains.
Exactly.
Right?
It can move mountains, and it's all about energy, in this life. So if you have the right energy and you want to deliver an unmatched service, and you're not greedy, and you want to take risks, it's going to happen eventually.
Got you. So before the group, who were you?
So I was a dreamer. I was always a dreamer. There's two things. I was a dreamer and a competitor. So a dreamer, I always like to dream big. I always like to go, for big things. And also, I'm a very competitive guy, which means that people who know me, they know that
You
I
left
want to
nobody
win.
in the market.
I want to win. I want to
Okay.
win at all costs. Even if we play that Tauli or backgammon game, I want to win. So there's in everything I'm competitive. I'm very sports. I do a lot of sports. I practice a lot of sports, and this is my nature. It's in me. So one day we'll play some game together, and you're gonna understand
I'm
what I
down.
mean.
So you did a bachelor's in entrepreneurship. So ever since you were a kid, you wanted to follow your dad's footsteps. And was the path already traced?
Not necessarily.
Or did you have the options to
I had options.
have your own business maybe
Of course.
that is not a continuity of?
Of course. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my
Okay.
life. But when I graduated, my father told me, listen, come back to Lebanon and check out the business. Come try. If you like it, maybe you can continue. And if you don't like it, you can do whatever you want. So he was very cool like that. But I'm sure that deep down he wanted me to take back the reins and like expand the business.
And you did great.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Did you know you would come this far then?
I think so. Yes, I knew that in anything I set my mind to, I would excel in it, because it's all about you have to be relentless, right? You have to do it over and over again. You know very well. You need to fail many times in order to succeed. We all know that. It's just you have to be resilient. You have to be very strong in your mind, and keep going. So I knew I had these attributes, and I knew I love to win. I love competition, and I love a challenge. So this is
You're a winner. I see it. Can you tell me about a time where you made a huge mistake in the business and how did you solve it?
Look, I make a lot of mistakes every day, to be honest. There's not one huge mistake I can think of.
Like a costly one.
A costly one. I make a lot of costly mistakes every day. So basically, I can't think about one mistake, but I would say the biggest mistake overall, if I had to give a general analysis, is like trusting people, because you get disappointed. You get very disappointed a lot of times, and especially in my field where I deal with so many people, and I believe that I'm a very trustworthy person. I believe that I'm a very honest person. And sometimes you get disappointed, but this is why it's very important not to have high expectations, because people will disappoint you, and you want to be ready for that. So yeah, I would say trusting people was a big one. I still trust a lot of people. Obviously, you have to trust people, but I was disappointed a couple of times, and yeah, that would be one of the big mistakes, I would say.
So what do you think, in your opinion, builds trust?
This is a very good question. Trust is acquired through time. It's not something that you can acquire just like this overnight. So it takes time to trust someone and for him to trust you as well, especially in this world. There's a lot of people that would want to scam you or benefit from you in some way, etc. So basically, this is it. I would say that, yeah, trusting someone is not easy. You build it through time and through actions more than words, because they can say a lot of things, but the actions speak for themselves.
You start with your gut, and then with time,
Of course,
evaluate.
you have to start, even though you don't trust, you have to start somewhere, right? You cannot mistrust everyone and just start off this way. You have to believe that this person is the right person for you as a client, as a supplier, whatever. But then you put boundaries with time. And yeah, so this is how you build trust over time. It takes some time to trust someone. And then sometimes, believe it or not, they can still disappoint you.
Sure. So now I'm very curious to know, you've been featured on Forbes, Entrepreneur. When people think of Gedeon Group, they really think of the definition of success. But what does success mean to you?
Legacy for me. It's all about legacy. It's not about money. It's not about anything. It's just legacy. The legacy I'm going to leave behind. So as you know, we're not eternal on this planet. So I want to make an impact. I'm trying to make an impact as much as I can in my field and also on a personal level. I like to inspire people. I like to bring people up, motivate them. And yeah, so this is what I strive for. It's more like legacy. Success for me is more like legacy than money or anything. And I want to pass it down to the generations after me. And we want to try to make an impact on the world as a family. So this is it.
Got you. That's perfect you brought up legacy, because we're moving into part 3, which is legacy impact. What is the legacy you want to leave on this planet?
So I want my name to be remembered
As
someone who helped people strive, as someone who helped people achieve their goals, inspiring people, inspiring the youth, making people believe that they can do anything they set their mind to. It's very important for me. This is my mission, I would say, for the people around the world. And yeah, I'm trying to do it on a daily basis with my teams, obviously with my family, with my friends, the people around me. But I want to do it on a more global scale once I have more time, because as of now, we are very, very busy with the expansion. But I think this is what I'm going to do next. So fully dedicated to helping people grow, achieve their goals, and be happy.
where would you say this will or this desire came from?
Hardships. It's very difficult to make it today. It's not like 10 or 20 or 30 years ago. The world we live in is very competitive. It's very difficult. The big whales are eating up all the markets. So to stand out, it takes a lot more than it used to back then. At the same time, you have a lot of help from social media, from all platforms. You can try to have a brand for yourself. You can even start a business for free. You don't need to invest millions of dollars to start a business and then grow it. So there's pros and cons. But I think we live in a very hard times. So people need to be very strong in here, you know, in order for them to strive and to make it. Because you're gonna have a lot of failures. You're gonna witness a lot of difficulties throughout your journey. But you have to be strong in there, like resilient, keep it up, and eventually you'll get there.
Amazing. So, you know, in this world, there's a lot of people who get different opportunities and different blessings. First, what would you say were your blessings?
I'm a very sociable guy. Like I can go and talk to anyone, the biggest CEO or a start like an intern, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very comfortable with people. I'm very comfortable, you know, having discussions, etc. I'm a very courageous person. Like like I would go through crazy things without thinking about it. And yeah, this is it. And I have a very competitive nature, as I said. So this helps me a lot in building my business on a daily basis. And I love people, man. My love for people, that's it.
You- You're also a family person who is sort of very competitive. Now, I'm very curious, and هلا تلاقي سؤال. Do you feel like sometimes with your wife partner, you bring up this competitiveness and you try to suppress it, or no?
No, my partner really, if it wasn't for her, I would have never got that far.
Okay.
Like you know, it's a classic thing to say, but it's the reality.
So I was asking if
The competitive nature comes up with her.
Yes.
It doesn't really, but this is the man I am. Like I
Okay.
cannot change who I am. So she
Loves
sees that.
that.
Obviously, she
Okay.
knows that. She respects that, and she helps me, you know, grow, and you know, she helps me embrace it.
Okay.
So this is what I mean. She helps me embrace it, and it helps me a lot in my day-to-day life. We have a very hectic schedule every day, so this is why I came in late. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, so we have a very hectic schedule on a daily basis, and she helps me a
She's
lot.
involved into the business.
She's
as
not
well?
involved in the business, but she's involved in my mental health, which is part of the business, I would say.
Most
A
important
big part of the
Yes.
business. Exactly.
That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Going back to our topic of the legacy and impact. So you told me you wanted to help the Lebanese youth, specifically entrepreneurs. How are you going to do that?
So we have many plans that are getting in motion right now. However, as I said, the expansion is very heavy on us right now. We're managing a lot of brands in a lot of countries, and I don't really have time to do it properly. And everything I do, I like to do it properly, you know, from the get-go. So I need some time, but I already know that we're going to create a hedge fund for people to be able to invest in.
Okay.
When the time is right, and when the people trust, you know, our business. I mean, the way we operate, the way we have is our reputation. I mean, and it's going to come in time. But what I can say is that we're going to create a hedge fund for the Lebanese youth to empower them to invest, and we will help them invest their money and make money and be profitable. From $500 to it could go to millions. So this is what we want to do. We want to help people make money and build their dreams, because this is what it's all about, right? It's about purpose. You need to have purpose in this life. The problem with the Lebanese youth and the youth all around the world is that they lost this sense of purpose. They're lost. They don't know what to do. And they're scared to take a step. And we will help them do that step.
That's amazing. And I'm going to add that you're going to help them stay here.
Of course. I live here. You know, I'm French as well. And we have houses. We're fortunate enough to have houses all around the world. And I decided to live here with my family, despite all the turmoils, everything that's happening. I decided to live here because the country is the most beautiful country in the world. You've seen me. You know how much I travel. I travel like 250 days a year, all around the world. I've seen quite a lot. I'm telling you, really, it's not just like that. There's no country like Lebanon. To raise a family, to live here, the quality of life is second to none. The services here, you will not find them anywhere else. So yeah, of course, we want to motivate people to stay here, and we want to help the country regain its power. We come from a very, very important. Lebanon is a very important part of the world since centuries. So in everything, trading routes, everything, as a country, as a touristic place, the history it has. So I really believe that it has all the attributes to regain that power it had, and we want to help the country. So this is why we live here, myself, my brother, and my sister, and we're gonna remain living here for
Wow.
for the rest of our days, hopefully.
That's amazing. You took okay. Regarding the hedge fund, any industries that you would
Real
sort of-
estate.
Okay.
Real estate industry, because it's our second business.
Yeah.
We're very highly invested in real estate. We understand it very well, and even if you have a budget of $5,000, you can be invested in some apartment with our hedge
Okay.
fund. So you don't need to have millions to be able to buy apartments.
So like
You can
partial
own,
shares.
yes,
Wow.
you can
Yeah,
own a
someone
piece.
had to do this
Exactly,
here.
exactly. You can own a piece of an apartment in New York with
Yeah.
$5,000, which is quite considerable. And then you can hedge and you can invest more. You can diversify your portfolio. This is what we're going to work on,
Okay.
because we believe that real estate it's not high profits right away, but it's stable. It's something safe. Instead of having this in cash with you, you're invested in something that will bring you a higher return, and also you will get passive income depending on how much you invest. Obviously, even if you invest $1, you get passive income, but it's rational. So yeah, this is how we want to make it.
So from what I see now, like young entrepreneurs, especially Lebanese, they need two things. The first is guidance as to like how and what. Second, I'd say to find their purpose. And then third, funds, but not always funds. How will the hedge fund sort of cure this, in your opinion?
I can't tell you a lot about it, because obviously we want to build it in a way and present it in a way when we're fully ready.
Okay.
But it will help. I can tell you that it can help empower people from all social classes and explain to them the way it works, the way you have to invest. Obviously, you have to be diversified. We all know that. But the thing is, people tend to try to be diversified when they have a lot of money and they want to diversify their cash. You can start from a very, very early on. You can start with minimal amounts of money and then generate passive income instead of spending that money. This is what we want to help them do. So in terms of funding and stuff, they will not need a lot of money to start.
Right.
And then every time they start making profit and money, they would rather invest it in the hedge fund than going and spending it or trying some cryptocurrency or whatever. It's more stable, it's safer for them, and for the long term, they will look back and say, "Wow, I own apartments in like 10 countries all around the world, and I'm getting passive income from it." So it's gonna be an app on an app form.
Okay.
Yes, it's gonna be very, very It's gonna be very
Malik
cool.
is the CEO of the hedge fund.
Yeah, Malik, yeah, probably
the
I won't
finance
be
guy.
probably I won't be the CEO of another company because it's taking a lot out of me. But I'll be on the board for sure, and I'll help the team develop, the app and develop everything. And the idea came just from, like I said, we want to help people, and we know they don't have the money to, invest in stuff. We don't want them to invest heavy money. We want them to make money. That's the most important thing for us. And especially the Lebanese community. It's not going to be only for the Lebanese community. It's going to be a worldwide app, but we want to empower Lebanese youth. We believe in that.
If you want to give one piece of advice to a young Lebanese entrepreneur, what would you tell him?
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Trust your guts. Go for it, because you have nothing to lose. Look, in this world, what is going to happen? What's the worst that's going to happen? We're all going to die one day, right? There's nothing more sure than we're all going to die one day. So your time is limited on this earth. If you don't try, you will never know. And you have nothing to lose, since anyways, you're going to die. So I would say, like, believe in yourself. Go for it. Be relentless.
Take the risk.
You've been through so much. Like, if I can talk to them, you've been through so much already. What is gonna happen that's worse than what already happened? I'm talking about everything: the soda, COVID, the war, the banking problems, everything. What else is gonna happen that's worse than that? you have all the attributes to go for it. You're more experienced and wired to succeed. So this is what I believe. I think they can make it happen. It's just that they're scared to take the first step for some of them, and they're scared to fail. And failure is inevitable. Everybody will fail. That's for sure. That's the only thing you know. But yeah, so I think that they should go for it, not overthink it. If they really believe in a product, they should go 100% in it.
We're diving into part 4, the fashion industry. Right now, all the confidential information are going to get revealed. I'm joking. But really, this section the purpose of it is to bring guidance to fashion students and just anyone interested in the fashion industry. Because in my opinion and from my experience, it's a very, very tricky industry with margins that are most of the time very tight, and it's tough. There's only a few players that
It's very tough.
get it, right?
It's very tough, for sure. For sure.
So before you had the 50 plus brands in your business, you also have a bunch of designer brands, right?
Yes.
So from your perspective, what truly defines a designer brand?
So today we're no longer in the era of designer brands, unfortunately. Back then, 10 years ago, you had the Karl Lagerfelds, you had Hubert de Givenchy, you had all these guys, the big players, Giorgio Armani, which is still relevant. You had Gianni Versace, you had all the big guys. So it was more of a design era. Today, as I said, fashion shifted. So it's shifted from luxury and designers, etc., to more lifestyle apparel and sports brand. Comfy. Everybody wants to be comfortable, right? So they prefer to be comfortable than wearing luxury items. So yeah, it's changing quite a lot. You still have very good designers. You still have very good people. Yeah. So yeah, I think that fashion is shifting in a way where we have to adapt to it.
But like when you're shopping at a designer store and you look at a price tag, what makes it valuable in your opinion?
The reputation of the brand, and just trusting that the quality matches the price.
Okay.
And so it's the name. It's more the name, Like you could find the same T-shirt, same quality, and it's a brand that's not known. You wouldn't go for it, even though if it's half the price. You would go for the higher brand because you know the brand and you want to be identified with the brand. Today, why, for example, Adidas is worldwide famous? It's because people want to associate with Adidas. The vision of Adidas, the mission they have, the way they portray themselves. They want to associate with the brand. And this is why you would go for a certain brand. So myself, to be honest, I don't shop at designer clothes. Obviously, I get a lot of gifts from all the brands we represent, and I only buy brands we represent.
Okay.
To be honest.
Nice.
Yeah, if I don't sign a brand, I never wear it, even though I like
What
a
about
lot
the
of brands.
suit?
The suit is tailor-made.
Okay.
Yes, it's tailor-made by our own tailor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine, and he's my personal tailor. I love wearing suits, by the way. I think I'm the only one, one of the only persons that wears suits. But I feel it empowers you, it gives you, it gives you an edge, and you stand out. I think like the way you represent is very important as well.
You've worked closely with more than 50 brands. What's selling the best right now?
I would say the sports brands. Sports is becoming very, very important in today's world. People love doing sports, and even people who don't do sports, they love to work sports. It's also sports brands are doing quite well. Lifestyle and apparel brands are doing very well as well. So I would say, for example, in lifestyle, I would say Tommy Hilfiger, Emporio Armani are two brands that stand out. In the sports world, I would say Adidas, New Balance are very big brands for us, and Puma as well is picking up, and it's getting a lot of momentum as well.
And in the next 5 to 10 years, do you see the same like sports fashion still
yes,
on?
Of course, because they are adapting to people's needs and demands. So the vision they have and the ways they are working, from what I can see, they're here to stay for the coming 20, 30 years minimum, if not more, And they're very big groups. They understood the mistakes of their peers, of the people before them, and now they're trying to perfect their art and the way they produce, the way they represent the partners they select. You know, the mistakes they made in the past in productions and trusting people, etc. So it's still a work in progress for most of the brands, believe it or not, even though they have billions dollars
They
of
all
turnover.
have to be on top
They
of the line.
always,
On top of the trend.
it's very difficult to work with these big brands. They have a lot of regulations, a lot of,
Bureaucracy.
yeah, it's very bureaucratic. It's very bureaucratic and political, and they're tough. They're tough to work with. They're every day on. I just had calls now with like 10 brands before I came here. Every day we have calls with them. They're on it 24/7, and this is why they are bound to be successful. If they work 24/7 around the clock like that, they care about their business that much, and they care about people's need. Look, at the end of the day, it's the service you offer, right?
Yeah.
The service they're offering is second to none, and this is why they're at the top of the game. So
Got you.
no, we're
So
not.
what happens if you want to do the unsold stock that you send to the wholesale, to the retailers?
If there's unsold stocks at the retail stores, you mean?
Yes.
We help them quite a lot. We have e-commerce platforms, we have multi-brand stores, we have retail stores,
Outlets,
and we try. Look, the brands try to push for more sales all the time, and they want us to buy high budgets. What we do is, since we cover more than 45 markets today, we have the capacity to be able to diversify. The orders. They give us a bulk order, since we represent all these countries, and then we have to divide them depending on the countries. So what we look at is, we want our clients and our partners to be very profitable. So this is why today we're growing that much. This is why you're hearing about us everywhere. It's because our partners and the service we offer them is second to none in terms of stock inventory, which is the most. It's very good you mentioned that, because it's the most difficult thing. You know, as a retailer, when you hold inventory, all your money is in the inventory. You don't have cash flow. And cash flow is the heartbeat of any business. So it's very important to have low inventory, just enough to be able, to replace in case you sell some items, but not more, not less. So you need to have the right amount of inventory. And this is what we work on diligently with our teams, to make sure that our partners and our clients are very, very healthy and they can buy more. So we spread this budget all around the markets we cover, and this is how we do it. We do it very in details. We go in details of categories, not just like that. We go into categories, details, how much they're selling, etc. I got inspired by the Zara model, actually, because Zara, as soon as you walk in and buy something, the system replaces the item you bought right away. Yes, so we try to do that with our own software. We developed a software in-house, and I'm very happy to say that we're the first AI automated business in the fashion world, fully automated. So we have a system that tells us everything, same as Zara in the stores, but we have it internally in our headquarters. And this is how we make it work. We make sure that our clients are very profitable, and we give them the best price. So we have a very good price with all the brands. I would say the best price on the planet, because we represent the most amount of countries with these brands. And instead of keeping that price for ourselves, like all the distributors would do, we share it with our partners. And this helps build trust, but not only trust, profitability in the long term. And this is very important for them, so they can scale their business, open more doors, and they believe that even if they open more doors, they're going to double and triple and quadruple their profits. And this is what we help them do. Look, at the end of the day, you want to be successful, you have to help people make money and generate money. It's not about you, it's about the people. You should think about you at the end, So first of all, how can you help people generate money? And then you're going to start making money for yourself.
I got you. You're really with the client from start to finish.
Of course.
With everything happening in their stock.
It's either we do partnerships, so we do joint ventures, so we enter directly with them.
Okay.
Either we enter direct as Gedeon Group, we open some stores. We open stores directly.
What would be the store name? Gédéon?
No, the franchise.
Okay.
So, for example, Adidas,
the brand.
Puma,
Okay.
Tommy, Calvin, New
It's
Balance.
the official.
Yeah. So we open the official brand, like franchise stores. We have also multi-brand stores, obviously, all around the world. It's mostly our clients. But yeah, so we have three business models. Either we enter retail directly, or we do a JV, or we do just distribution.
Okay.
These are the three models.
I thought it was mostly distribution.
It is mostly distribution, yes, but now it's shifting a bit because the brands want us to invest directly. We have a very good relationship with all our suppliers, and we won a couple of awards, as you know, Best Business Development, Best Partner Globally, Entrepreneur of the Year, etc. A lot of awards
because you're really helping your clients
exactly
make money.
Exactly, 100%. It's the
until
most
the
important
end.
thing. It's the most important thing. Helping them make money got me to where I am today, and we try to perfect this retail model. Look, there's three businesses that are very difficult, the most difficult businesses on the planet. So one is restaurants. Restaurants very difficult.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult because you have a running cost. So you keep on spending money, right? And this is very difficult.
And you need a huge turnover.
Of course, you need a huge turnover, and you have a lot of things. You have the expiry of the product, etc. You have a lot of factors that play. Yeah. So that's one. Second is the hotel. Having hotels. Hotels is also very difficult because it's around the clock. It's 24/7. For example, a 5-star hotel can cater you at 4 a.m. So the kitchen is open. You have a lot of people in there. So this is a big problem as well. And the third is retail, because also you have a running cost. You have to pay all the time. So these three are very tricky businesses. This is why we wanted to make a difference by letting clients make money instead of being like out of cash flow and out of breath, I would say.
If a young Lebanese fashion designer walked into your office, what would you tell him or her?
Designing what kind of product?
So she or he just finished fashion school.
Okay.
She comes to Gedeon Group.
They want to
It's
open
like
their own
Michel,
brand, you mean? It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, like building any business. They shouldn't expect like being, an amazing designer within 1 or 2 years. It takes some time. Everything takes time. And this is the problem with also the youth all around the world. They look at these people like raising money and doing this and that and a click like this, but it's not like that. The reality is everything takes time. You need to take your time, build the right business. And obviously you have to be different. I would say be different. Be different. Don't imitate. Get inspired, but don't imitate, and see what are the demands. What is the demand in the market today? What are people striving to do? What are people going for? This is what I would say to him.
So it's not about her, it's
Exactly.
about the market.
Exactly. It's never about you. It's about the market. It's about the people. What do people need today?
We agreed that this would take a lot of time, but how can he or she make it profitable?
First of all, they need to have a product, right? They need to have a product. They need to start structuring a team. That's why I'm telling you, it's more in the time thing. I can't just give her an advice of the get-go. They need time to develop. But
so we got sort of, let's say, the first line, Lululemon copycat,
yeah,
and now we're ready.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good. That's
so
good. That's good. I would
assumption.
say that's good. You have something.
Okay.
Obviously, you need to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Because Lululemon is quite expensive. You need to be cheaper. You need to be more flexible, and you need to build the right team. Building the right team is the most important thing to be able to succeed. If you think you're going to do it on your own, I wouldn't advise to go for it. You should build a team from the start, fresh team, people who not necessarily know a lot about the business, but who grow with you, who understands your mistakes, the experience, your failures, everything. So it's important to build the right team. And then it's a process. It's a process, you know. It will depend on everything, the product, the circumstances, the pricing, the range, everything. But yeah, it's not impossible. That's what I would say. I was thinking about building my own brand, you know, and I'm still thinking of doing it. And I might do it.
Best.
There's no best. I might do it.
Too much time, too many projects.
No, I would do it. I would do
Okay.
it someday. I think I'm gonna do it because I have everything to make it happen. You know, I have the connections. I have the warehouses that we own and operate ourselves.
It would be ready to wear, not designer, not luxury.
No, it would be a sports brand.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna give you.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Okay, so now last part, we're going to shoot with rapid fire questions, like
Yes.
1 or 2 words. What's one book every entrepreneur should read?
The Art of War. The art of war. You want me to specify?
No, it's
Okay.
good. It's good. You could say why. Like,
Why? Because I believe that businesses are built on the military model. I run my business like we're in an army, like we're at war every day.
Okay.
You have fronts, you have soldiers, you have knights, you have you have captains, you have lieutenants, you have
Spies.
everything. Exactly.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, yes, you have spies. So yeah,
So, one word to describe Lebanon's future.
bright. Would like to believe that.
The most important thing in your life.
My family,
أهم شيء عندك بالحياة.
عائلتي.
Best restaurant in Lebanon.
Lebanese, you mean?
Where do you want to go?
For me, Montagnou.
Yeah. It's fair.
To be honest, my favorite. Yeah.
Your favorite fashion brand?
I have many, but I would say New Balance.
And then finally, what's next for Gedeon Group?
Sky is the limit for the group. Whether it's with me or without me, the group is going on a crazy run. We're very excited for what's coming. And I believe we're already in the region number one in terms of volumes, turnover, etc. But I believe worldwide, globally, we will be number one in the coming year. So very excited about that.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
for tuning in. That was Michel Gédéon, CEO of Gédéon Group. Please follow the Kelshi podcast. We shot this at PodHub Beirut. I am Paulo Khayat. Also, don't forget to check Gédéon Group on Instagram and Michel_Gédéon Instagram profile.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you next time.